Hello, and welcome to video 5 of reality. Now, I know you probably thought up till now this was some kind of trick, but it's not. Here we go. We're going to begin to solve the universe. There'll be this video plus 2 more, and you'll understand reality. That's simple. Are you ready? Now, the best place to start, obviously, is at the beginning, the creation. Now, as we went over in the last video, what do we know about the start of the universe? We know we were not there. And we don't know very much else. We really don't know much about the start. We don't know if it was God, Big Bang, or a box of cookies. So we have to make the universe from what we do know. From these known truths. We know this. At some point before there was something, there was nothing. We know only that there was a beginning, because we're here. And that there is one truth that did happen. We agreed on that. What else do we know? Well, we know that before the beginning there was nothing, right? We only know there was nothing because before God or the Big Bang or the cookies, there must have been nothing. So we have to agree on that. There was nothing at the beginning. So the only thing we know for sure is that there was nothing and that the universe did start. That's not a lot, but it's all right. We're okay. There's nothing more we can say with absolute fact at this point. We might think we know other things, but we can only say for certain. There was nothing and then there was something. We don't even know what that nothing or something was. We just know from nothing came something. So, we have to create our entire universe, all of reality, from those couple of things. If we can't, well then we're wrong. And we have to find more truths to begin our universe with. But let's start with these. We actually know a little bit more about something and nothing than you think. Okay? Because in our universe we have 2 things, something and nothing, which would seem to be opposites. Aha! So we can draw another conclusion. We can obtain another truth or a rule, a universal law. In order for things to exist in the universe, they must have an opposite, or they can't exist. You see, if everything was just something, you wouldn't know it was something. It needs nothing to compare itself to say, I'm something. And nothing can't exist without something, because it would just be the way it was. It wouldn't be nothing, it would just be, that's the way it is, until something appears. And there's that contrast between nothing and something. Neither one can exist. They are codependent, only existing because the other exists. So now we can start to make our universe. We have a little bit more information. Using only the known facts, something and nothing and opposites. Now ask yourself this, to be sure we're on the right track. Let's be sure we have the right rules here. What is the opposite of something? It's not nothing. Try again. It's not nothing. The opposite of nothing is everything. Think about it. It has to be. If nothing is all you have, that's everything you have. Those are the 2 opposites. So what is the opposite of something? There is no opposite of something. And this becomes very important. As you'll see, nothing exists individually. There is no individual something. It doesn't have an opposite, therefore it cannot exist. It has nothing to compare itself to. There is no individual something. So, we have something in our universe that doesn't have an opposite, that doesn't work. Poof! It's gone. Something does not exist. There is no something. So, without something, We know that we must create our universe from only everything and nothing. See, we know that at the start of our universe, we must have everything and nothing at the very beginning. Everything that exists now, or in the future, or in the past, must have existed at the beginning, at the very start. It may have changed forms, but the sun, moon, stars, galaxies, even you and I, must have been there, or at least the energy to make everything must have been there from the very beginning. Remember, science fact 1, energy cannot be destroyed. It can change forms, but it cannot be destroyed. So we know now that we must create a universe from only everything and nothing. Now this sounds kind of whacked out to you and kind of crazy, kind of hard to grasp. Just a little bit. It'll get you. Think about it for a while. Think about it for a few days. It's more important than you can imagine. It sounds like such a simple thing. Something, nothing, and everything. And if you think I'm crazy, well, guess what? You just did Einstein's theory of relativity. That's it. That's the whole theory of Einstein's theory of relativity. Yes, that's it. You just did it. You understand Einstein's theory of relativity now better than most people on the planet. Because that is. It's a little bit better than he gave us. Because he didn't give us everything. He just gave us basically something and nothing. But it is Einstein's theory of relativity. And of course, I mean, that part is true. So we need that. And if you don't believe me, go ahead, go to the library or go online and read the general theory of relativity. I'm giving you a lot of new info here. I just told you things you already knew and helped you put the pieces in place. If you don't believe me, read the general theory of relativity. You'll understand it now. And if you read it before, read it again. It'll make a lot more sense now. I can explain the general theory of relativity in such a simple couple minutes on a video because I have the real theory of relativity that's been given to me. The real relativity, not the theory. Which helps me to understand the simpler parts very easily and very easily explain it to you. Now this is not a trick. You're going to really get the purpose behind your existence. And this is not a website to teach you what Einstein knew or what science already knows. There's a lot of new stuff in here. And it goes beyond anything ever presented. I'm going to open the gate. You're going to learn the secrets to how and why you exist. You will learn how to control your universe and make your life whatever you want it to be. Remember, even Einstein knew much more than he could tell us. And you'll find that out in the next videos as we go over some of the stuff you couldn't have possibly arrived to without first knowing some of the things that will be presented in the other videos. Everything in the next videos will be simple. This is the hardest part, something, nothing, and everything. It takes a little bit of time. I mean, it sounds simple now. You think you understand it, but it's one of those things that you don't really grasp completely. You think you do, but over time, it starts to make a lot more sense and begins to have a lot more relevance on your life. Now, the reason most scientists can't explain it to you like this is because they have overcomplicated it and they don't really understand it. They didn't travel the same path that Einstein traveled. You see, Einstein asks you, he says at the end of his theory, to travel the relativistic field path and reach the end on your own. He's given you enough to reach the end, but he's not giving you the end. You can say he doesn't know, he's just not giving it to you. And that is partly because you have to arrive there on your own. If you're waiting for physicists and scientists and the government to explain reality to you and give you your purpose for existence, that's never going to happen. They're not going to do it. But it's okay now, because 2 more videos and you've got it. I want you to just think about this for now. Everything existed at the beginning. Nothing new is being created. Energy is changing forms, but it was all there at the beginning. And think about something, nothing, and everything. And then go to video 6.